Yes.
Hey, what do you mean by a self-paced course?
Well, the course material is available in the form of video lectures. And there are multiple practice problems that come along as well. So, you can access all of it anywhere, anytime. And they are available to you for lifetime.
No way.
Oh, yes, way. Don't delay and enroll now.
Geeks learning together.
Hello everyone, hope you guys are keeping safe. And since it's Teachers' Day today, we have come up with a very special webinar with somebody who needs no introduction. He's the heart and spine of Geeks for Geeks, and I really hope that you all know him. And he is none other than Sandeep sir himself. For those who don't know about him, firstly, he's a teacher, then he's a CEO and founder of Geeks for Geeks. So, without wasting any time, let's just call him to the stream and start discussing things with him. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi Sidra, hi everyone. Hope you all are safe. You all are vaccinated. I got vaccinated recently and it feels much better and safer now.
Right, right. First of all, sir, a very happy Teachers' Day to you. Thank you for teaching endless students for past so many years. And everybody in the comment section is wishing you happy Teachers' Day.
Thanks Sidra, thanks everyone.
Yeah. So, without wasting any time, I just want to quickly start the discussion. Traversing back to the origin of your current role, what is the one thing that inspired you to become a teacher?
So talking about the origin, I'm somebody who belonged to a small city. I was born and brought up in a small city in UP. And I did my schooling from a government school. And after that, I did, like every other engineer, I prepared for IITG and ended up in a tier 3 engineering college. So in all these places, like whether it was government school or it was coaching institute or it was this tier 3 engineering college, in all these places, I saw that there were very few good teachers. Otherwise, the quality of education was not very good. And the kind of setup we have in India, these students, they want to learn. They have lots of family pressure, but there are very few good teachers. So that is one thing that motivated me initially to become a teacher and start my career as a teacher.
Okay, okay, great. Um, so, what is the best thing about being a teacher? There must be a lot of feelings involved, I'm sure, but there has to be something that drives you daily to teach your students. So, what is that?
So not only teaching, Sidra, it's any profession. If you're doing something and if you're being appreciated for what you do, you enjoy doing it and you become better and better. That's what I have. My journey has been like. So I started my. I was after BTech. I was a teacher. Then I did MTech, and then I joined a software company and became an SDE. And I wasn't enjoying that SD job much because I always wanted to be a teacher. I had kind of decided that I want to be a teacher. I used to teach my juniors in school and juniors in engineering college. So this SD job was not great, and so I decided to quit this SD job and became a teacher in an engineering college. And those 5 years of teaching in engineering college, I enjoyed a lot. Enjoyed interacting with the young generation. Every new year, a new batch was coming in, younger people coming in, and the kind of satisfaction that you see as a teacher when you explain something to somebody, something which somebody is finding really difficult to understand, right? And if you explain with logic, its history, and everything, and it becomes easy for the other person, that's a totally different satisfaction that you get in this teaching job. So these are the reasons which kept me motivated to do a teaching job, and I have been like teaching for many years now, and the journey has been fabulous so far.
Okay, great. So, you had a passion for teaching. That's really great. Coming to my next question, where do you see Geeks for Geeks in future?
So, Geeks for Geeks, the agenda so far has been to help the engineering students, and we have basically built a community of geeks helping other geeks. And the simple plan is to grow this community larger and larger every day. And right now we are focusing on other domains also. We have been focusing on computer science, programming, engineering. We've recently started sections for the kids education, school students, and we are looking forward to add more domains. So the whole idea of Geeks for Geeks and vision of Geeks for Geeks has been to provide free education or lowest cost education if there are paid courses to these students. And we have already successfully done it in computer science. Now we're exploring the other domains.
Right. Okay, great. So, sir, you've clearly helped many students get whatever they wanted to achieve in life, and many of them were from non-technical backgrounds or non-CS background. Uh, can you tell me what more opportunities do we have for our geeks in the future?
So, for all the students, for all the engineering students, we have recently come up with a batch called Elite Batch. And the whole idea of this Elite Batch is to help a segment of students who are not guided enough. They've just done their graduation. They are interested in programming. They want to become a software developer or a programming teacher or somebody who's a content creator related to programming, but they were not guided, so they somehow could not get a job. And these students can be computer science students or any other stream like metallurgy, electrical, electronics, or BCA, BSc students, even BA students would work. So these students, they can just participate in an entrance test, and this with this elite badge, what we planned is we are going to train them for 6 months, and then we are going to offer them an internship at Geeks for Geeks. And after that, we are going to offer them a full-time job at Geeks for Geeks in different departments if they qualify all the processes.
Wow, that's really amazing. I mean, everybody is getting almost everything in just in a bunch of this thing called elite batch. So I hope people will avail it. Okay, can you shed some more light on the importance and duration? Like you said, it's a 6 month duration course, but can you tell us more about the importance of the elite batch?
So this, Sidra, this whole idea of elite batch came from a problem that we are facing as a company. So we are a bootstrapped company, and what happens is hiring quality engineers is a big challenge, especially when there are companies like big tech giants and heavily invested companies. So we try to solve this problem by using the elite batch idea. And so this is the problem that we were facing as a company. And on the other hand, students also face this problem that if they're not guided enough, they don't get a job. I can tell you with my example. I was myself from a tier three college, and when I finished my engineering, I applied at lots of places, and I was rejected in most of them because of the college tag, or maybe I was not prepared enough, right? And I was the same person. I went to IIT Roorkee, and I had a job offer from one of the highest paying company, right? And I had multiple offers. So the same person. So if you're guided enough, right? So you can actually do great. And in India, people generally want to learn programming or want to get a job. That's the most priority for most of us after we finish the graduation. So we try to solve problems of both our company and those people. They are, if they're from a background where they did not get good guidance, and we get, quality people. So that's the whole idea of this elite batch. We are being helped as a company, and we would like to, have those people onboarded, 50 people, finish their 6 months of training, then 6 months of internship, and then join us as a full time. Because that's the problem we are trying to solve for ourselves as a company.
Right, and I can totally relate with this coming from an engineering background myself. I remember that in my college, coding classes weren't up to the mark, and I always wondered where should I go, and then I always ended up going to Geeks for Geeks somehow. So this elite batch is really helpful. I wish I had this when I was in college.
Thanks, Elvin.
Coming to my next question, is there any eligibility criteria for this batch, or anybody can apply?
As far as I know, any graduate can participate in the contest, and there is going to be a contest on 11th September. And once you qualify the contest, then you are going to go through an interview, and there will be some people selected through the first round, then there will be a second round. And once you qualify the interview as well, you will be eligible for the elite batch.
Okay. Um, Sir, many students admire you. They consider you as your guru, and like I'm seeing in the comments, everybody is wishing you happy Teachers Day. People are going mad, crazy. But what is one advice that you'd like to give to all the geeks who are listening to you right now?
So, guys, as I said, from my examples and my learnings, I would say try to find out your passion, try to find out what you really want to do in your life. Don't follow the crowd all the time. Like I followed the crowd. I joined a software job because the salaries were really high, and they're still very high in the software industry. I just followed the crowd and joined a software company, and did not enjoy it. Although I was there for 2.5 years, it was difficult to leave such a high paying job. And I wanted to be a teacher. And once I decided, took a strong decision that I want to leave this high paying job and I want to become a teacher, from that moment, my life has been really, really great. So follow your passion, and if you don't know your passion, try to figure it out. What you enjoy, and if you are doing something that you enjoy, you would definitely be doing great, and you will definitely be appreciated by other people.
Right. Okay. I think we are mostly done with our questions. Now, I want those who are engaged in this webinar to ask whatever queries or whatever questions they have from Sandeep sir directly. You can redirect your queries in the comment section, and we'll take them up one by one. Okay. So one question has come up. When will you open branch in Pune and Dream City, Mumbai?
So we were planning to open branches in other cities. Now this whole plan is dropped now because of COVID. And thank to COVID, actually, you can when you can do something online, there's no point opening offices at different places. So we are not planning to have offline classes in different cities as of now. So the whole focus is on the live courses and live classes. So everything is now being done live due to COVID.
Right. Karthik is asking which year students can join elite batch.
So I think Sidra, you can share a link with the people of Elite Batch, or you guys can Google Elite Batch Geeks for Geeks, and you can see all the requirements there. And we have already published an article on this. And in this article, we have clearly mentioned that people from 2020 batch and 2021 batch can join. So the idea is very clear of Elite Batch. You are somebody who has done your graduation, right? And you know basic programming. You're passionate about doing something in the field of programming, but you're somehow not guided, and you actually are good but not guided. That's why you could not get a job. This is for those people. So most of the industries, in fact, we were mainly targeting the people who are really great programmers. So this elite batch is not for the superstars, not for the great programmers. It's for those people who could not get job in 2020. Those were 2020 graduates or 21 graduates, or those were people who were not from computer science. Because of this reason, they could not get a job. Or the people who were BCA, BSc, because of the degree, they could not get a job. So all such people can join elite batch.
Okay. Also, I have shared the link to the elite batch in the comment section. You guys can find it and redirect yourself directly to that. Okay. Rishu is asking, sir, are the DSA self-paced enough for proper understanding of algorithms?
This is my best effort. If you ask about DSA self-paced course, I have put in a lot of time in preparing the content and lots of experience of mine. So, as per my understanding, I think this is good enough. I have covered everything from very basics to whatever is asked in the companies, right? In fact, there are some advanced topics covered as well. So, as per my understanding, it should be good enough to crack the coding DSL Go interview rounds of the companies.
Okay. Another question on lead batch: will this batch continue regularly?
Yeah, that's the plan. In fact, we are going to have more frequent batches. This is the first batch, and we are going to see how is the response. And once this batch starts, maybe we'll soon start another batch.
Okay. Hemang wants to know, what books do you recommend for learning DSA apart from Geeks for Geeks?
Oh, book, guys, you all know there is this Coreman book, right? This is like the Gita of algorithms and DSA. I myself learned from this book. The best part is there are no errors, right? There are no errors, and everything is done with so much perfection that you would enjoy learning from this book. I mean, not only read the book, do the exercises also. Exercises are also fantastic to solve, and there are solutions available. The book authors have MIT video lectures as well. So, I mean, that's the best resource I would recommend to anyone.
Right. Uh, Karthik asks, will elite batch will be there every year because he's a 2024 graduate.
Yeah, we are definitely are very positive about the elite batch. We super liked the idea when we discussed in our team, and everybody super liked the idea because it's a win-win situation for both. It's a win situation for the students who are somehow not able to get the job, and win situation for us because hiring has been a challenge for a company like us. So it's definitely going to continue because the idea looked fantastic to everybody in our company.
Right. Can the BTech 2023 batch students participate in the elite program?
Not this batch. You can participate in the upcoming batches.
Right. Kashyap wants to know the time of elite batch.
So the plan is that 11th September is the contest. I think within some days you will get the qualified candidates will be getting the interview calls, and I think if I know correctly, maybe the team will update you on the same page. The classes would begin from the October itself. That's the plan. I know.
Okay. Uh, there's another query. Harsh. Okay. Yeah. Is any plan to add some questions in DSA self-paced course?
Yeah, we are regular. We had been updating DSS self-paced course regularly, but due to the second wave, this is stopped. But we are going to add more questions. I myself got infected with COVID, so that was also reason I stopped recording. And so we are planning to add more questions in future for sure.
Okay. Harsh wants to know if competitive coding is really important, or a particular company coding questions of Geeks for Geeks will be enough.
See, it depends which company you are targeting. So if you are targeting the top companies, then you should try everything, whether it is Geeks for Geeks or competitive coding. But if your target is not beyond certain companies, then Geeks for Geeks should be good enough. So it all depends what are you targeting. If you're targeting companies like Google, Facebook, then you must be a good competitive coder. That's my understanding about their hiring process. Because they ask some mathematical questions as well.
Right. Uh, what will be the level of questions in the elite batch?
It's going to be simple contest. As I said, we are not planning to select superstar coders. In fact, I would recommend superstar coders or super coders not to participate in the elite batch. This is not for you. This is for the people who are good, like me, right? Those were not guided. That's why they could not get a job, right? And if we can teach them in 6 months and they become better programmer, that's the whole idea, right? So the questions are going to be very, very simple in terms of coding. You just need to know the basic coding, the loops, the basic mathematics. That's all I guess is required.
Right. Next question is, can elite batch be for 2022 pass out?
Not this batch. This batch is for 20 and 21 only. The upcoming batches would definitely be for the other batches also.
Okay, this is a very interesting question. This guy wants to know what's the procedure to work with you.
Uh, I see most of the people, we are not a very big team. So most of the people who work with Geeks for Geeks, I do interact with most of the people. We do our team meetings as well. So I think you can join and you can show your interest. If you want to work with me, we can definitely arrange you in a team where that the team that which is very close to me. So I think that is possible if you show your interest, if any employee show the interest.
Right. Um, if someone buys DSA course and then in future will the course that person bought will be updated, or only those who buy new one will get the updated version of the course?
So course is updated for everyone. It's not updated for a new person or the old person. But guys, I'll just Satra, I'll just like to add some more thing about the previous question, which was working with me. So
Yeah.
I just want to add Satra this thing. Those who are attending this webinar for Geeks for Geeks, see the company Geeks for Geeks is not built by me. It's built by the whole team, and I somehow get undue credit. The people behind it, they have been working very hard, and they are really great managers in the company. So you don't have to actually work with me to be part of the company. It might happen that you enjoy more working with someone else because I am very much occupied and I know might not be available to solve the problems of the people. Right? But the other managers, those who have been passionately working, somehow I get the undue credit, but they're fantastic people, and those are the people who have actually brought us to this stage.
Okay, I want to add that sir is being extremely modest, and he is totally the spine of Geeks for Geeks, and you should really look forward to work with him. Okay. What is the best way to cover DSA self-paced course? It's a very big course, and she has just started with it. Yeah, that's the question.
You need to give it a lot of time. It all depends. If you are a beginner, you will feel like initially that's taking a lot of time. But once you get into the rhythm, once you start solving the questions, the later videos and the later problems, you will find easy to understand. But if you already at certain level, then you can finish it quickly. So it all depends at what level you are. If you're a beginner, then you might find slight difficulty understanding the basic, but you need to spend more time. And it's all about solving the problems. Just watching the videos is never enough. Until unless you solve the problems yourself, and that requires a lot of time. It's definitely anything you do. It requires hard work. Then only you get great results, and you need to be persistent. Keep doing it.
Right. Rohit says Sandeep sir is so well versed with all the CS subjects. What would be his guide for coders like us, especially for DS algorithm?
So, as I said, guys, keep working hard. Hard work is the key. We at Geek Stories, we all are normal people, and we brought it to this level. Most of the key people in the company, most of the key managers, they started their journey just after college. Those who are heading all the teams, and they were not specialists. They were not people who were actually experts or very special in any sense. I had never done any other company before these colleagues. So we all are normal people. It's just the hard work that brought us to this level, and same goes for anybody else. If you keep doing the hard work, you won't learn anything, right? You need to just keep following the standard books, keep following the standard courses, and you definitely learn all the required concepts.
Right. Mallikarjun says, I know the DSA concepts, but whenever I try to solve some questions on GFG and Hacker Earth, I get stuck. What to do in this situation?
It happens with everybody. When you begin, you get stuck, right? But maybe you can try lowering the level of the questions. On Geeks to Geeks, you have practice questions, difficulty-wise. You have school level, then basic, easy, medium, hard. So you can try changing the level because once you start solving the questions, you kind of get some confidence. So that is one option, right? You can try, but it happens with everybody. You get stuck, right? But you need to keep doing it.
Right. Any guide for non-IT branch students to get a job in IT?
So non-IT students, guys, the things have changed a lot and in a positive way. When I was an engineering student, companies they used to look at your college tech, your degree branch, right? But now with the online contest happening for hiring, things are getting easier and things are going to get better. It's very likely that companies would even drop the degree requirements. So it's getting better with time. Although still, there might be some companies who say that I will hire only for the graduates who are computer science or information technology, but things are improving with time, and they have improved a lot from my time.
Yeah. Aditya says, do points in GFG matter?
See, points on any practice platform or any coding platform, you can always showcase them on your LinkedIn profile, on your resume. And every company, they look for good coders, right? So wherever you are practicing, if you mention that, if you highlight that score or points on your resume or your LinkedIn profile, that's definitely going to help you.
Right. Hemant wants to know the best course you would suggest for working professionals to buy from GFG to shift to product-based companies.
So for working professionals, we have this Geese classes live course, which is specially designed for working professionals. So in this course, there are people who have cracked these interviews of the product-based companies. They come and teach, and you get my pre-recorded videos of DSS self-paced also available in the course. So that's the course which is something we have best designed for the working professionals.
Right. Um, Arjun wants to know a roadmap for practice after completion of DSA self-paced course.
So once you finish a DSSL-based course, once you have solved all the questions of DSSL-based course, I strongly believe if you've done it honestly, you would be eligible for getting employment, right? You would be eligible for cracking the DSL go rounds. But if you still want to learn more, you can start doing competitive programming. You can follow code forces, start solving the questions there. That would definitely help you in scaling up and getting into better and better companies.
Right. Aditya says how to distribute in CIP course of GFG. How to do distribution. I'm sorry.
Uh, Not sure. I think he's asking. He wants to share the coupons or something. If that's the
Okay.
question. In that case, you can drop an email to an email ID called geeks.classes@geeksforgeeks.org, right? And you can share your interest, and they'll get back to you about this thing.
Right. What according to you is the best way to use Geeks for Geeks?
See, I would say solve the problems on practice. And once you get stuck, try yourself. Don't look at the solutions. And if you are like not finding the solution yourself, maybe discuss with your friends. Even then, if you're not able to find the solution, then look at the algorithm written at the top of articles. Don't look at the codes written by other people. Uh, and once you look at the algorithm, then implement it yourself. Then implement it yourself. And once you have implemented yourself, then probably look at the solution and compare your solution with the solution which are well written on these stories. That way you learn that, okay, I don't write the code in such a nice way, or I don't write code in a proper format, or my time complexity is higher. So all these things you learn when you have tried yourself. If you just go through an article, read the question, and then you read the solution, that's not going to help anybody, right? So try solving the problems on practice. And talking about the standard algorithms, if you're learning a standard algorithm from GeeksforGeeks like binary search or quicksort or merge sort, again, what you can do is you can look at the theory, look at the algorithm, then do implement yourself. At least try for some time, right? If you get stuck, then look at then discuss with your friend, and then look at the solution. But if you have implemented in whatever way, then look at the solution. Then you would get a totally different kind of learning.
Right. This is a very interesting question. For a 46-year-old non-CS graduate, what is your suggestion to start with learning and switching over to IT job?
So I am also 40 years old now, and I keep learning programming every day. You know, age does not matter. There is a lot to learn in programming. Whatever you have learned so far, you can, if you really want to get into coding, where you want to write code and want to solve the problems, then you can practice coding questions. And I myself also do it regularly, and I also get stuck. So there is a lot to learn. Even young programmers, many times we feel like, okay, now we have learned a lot in coding and I can solve any question. It's not like that. There's always a lot to learn in coding.
Right. Uh, Pranay says his second year in a tier 3 college just started and he has completed almost all DSA topics except a few important algorithms, DP and greedy. So, when should he start development?
My suggestion would be to learn DP and greedy also. And parallelly you can begin the development work, right? And in general, if in most of the cases when we are doing engineering, getting a first job is our priority. So I always recommend to get to a level in your engineering where you are employable and you've solved certain number of good questions in every topic from DSLGO. And once you reach that level that you are employable, right? You can solve the questions which have been asked in interview experiences of other companies. Then you can do whatever you wish, whether it is development or whether it is something else. You maybe game programming or whatever kind of development you want to do. You can try following that. And even entrepreneurship you can try, right? But you need to reach a certain level where you can code interview questions of the companies. Reaching that level is really important, and don't wait for your third year or final year to reach that level. Try to reach it as soon as possible, and keep giving some time of your engineering daily to this, because the questions are the list gets bigger and bigger with time. There are new questions keep coming, right? And if you are really interested about development, do development, but keep giving some time to this thing.
Right. Um, is it important to have a domain like AI, ML, app, or web development other than having good grasp at competitive programming?
So, guys, it depends. The current situation, as per the current situation, as far as I know, competitive programming is definitely is going to help you more in getting a job, because most of the companies, they do first online round, and in the online round they ask problems, they ask DSL questions, maybe some competitive programming questions, and then only they select through the first round, right? So most of the people get rejected in the first round itself. And if you qualify the first round, then the other things come into the picture. So now you know, right, how's the selection process. So you can decide accordingly. If you are confident, that you can solve the first round questions. And if you're interested in AI, ML, or whatever is your interest, you can follow your interest after that.
Right. Sudhir wants to know if there is any course in Geeks for Geeks for full stack development.
There are live courses for full stack development. There's one live course where we teach React and Node.js, right? And there are some more courses coming up on GFG. There are some very basic courses also on HTML and JavaScript, which we have recently started, and we are going to add more and more courses with time.
Okay. Um, Dibrati wants to know if it's absolutely necessary to have a good rating in competitive programming to crack the best companies.
It's not absolutely necessary. It helps though. It helps though when you have a good rating in your resume. But it's like that first round, right? If you qualify that first round without even having a good rating, if you can crack the interview questions of those top companies, and this competitive programming and this DSLGO, they have some overlapping parts, some non-overlapping part also, like linked list, binary tree, binary search tree. They're not part of competitive programming typically, right? And they are there in interviews. So make sure that you do these topics if your main target is to crack the coding interviews. And competitive programming is something which helps you become better and better. Your chances become higher, but the basic requirement is DSLGO only.
Right. Uh, so Natik wants to know if the complete course guideline from Geeks for Geeks, like which course to get for non-IT branch students to get ready for placements in IT for second or third year student.
So we have for students, we have live class course for competitive programming, and then if you, it depends what kind of mode you want to learn from. So if you want to learn live from people who have done great in competitive programming, who are masters, grandmasters, at, at code forces, you can follow one of the live course which is about competitive programming. If you are somebody who want to learn at your own pace, then there are two courses for the students. One is only DSLGO course, which is DSSL based, and the other course covers, which is complete interview preparation. The complete interview preparation covers every aspect of interview preparation for students.
Okay. Avinash got selected in FANG after doing lots of Geeks for Geeks problems, but now he has a fear of joining the company because he thinks he won't be able to perform. So, do you have any advice for him?
Please don't have any fear, guys. Engineering is very, very tough compared to doing a job. In engineering, you have lots of things to do. There are internal exams, there are external exams, there are final exams, there are projects, vivas. So, as an engineer, we have already gone through a very, very tough process. Qualifying and doing the engineering is not easy. And software, and once you finish your BTech and enter into job, it's actually much easier and much relaxing. As far as I know, I've seen once I finished MTech and joined D shop, right? It was very easy compared to doing the engineering. In fact, MTech was easier than BTech because in BTech, what used to happen was our papers used to come from some external teachers. We were not. I was not in a university, but IIT Roorkee was very easy related compared to BTech, and D short job was even easier, right? The companies, they love their employees generally. They just want to retain them. They just want to they'll train you, and there would not be any problems. You've done engineering, so it's very unlikely that you will face any problems.
Right. Sarang wants to know your advice for tier 3 college students after completing DSA self paced course.
Once you finish the DSA self-paced course, try participating all the hiring challenges everywhere because, as you might have seen, you might be very good at DSA, but you need to understand the process of these companies, and the companies keep on changing. So don't get disheartened if you are disqualified in first company or second company. It's a long process for everybody, right? People generally get disqualified in the first company, second company, third company, or maybe five, six companies. Then they get qualified, and during this process, they learn a lot. So keep on applying to different companies, and because you've learned DSL go well, and you can crack the online rounds likely. And the online rounds also, you might face difficulties because in coding there is always something new to learn. Sometimes you don't know about the array size limitation, or maybe some special thing about a programming language. So keep participating in the hiring challenges. And the good thing is, in this time, there are lots of hiring challenges that happen. In our times, in 2004, when I did my engineering, it was like all the opportunities were there only for top tier colleges. There were no online challenges, right? But you guys are fortunate that you have online challenges. It might be difficult. It's crowded also these days. Also, I agree. Like the top few coders, they almost participate in every contest and they solve the problems in 5-10 minutes. But don't get disheartened because those people are everywhere and they are very unlikely to join those companies. The people who are actually serious, they actually sometimes get disheartened. And don't get disheartened if you get disqualified because it's a process like where you get rejected in some company and then you get selected in one company.
Right. Uh, for experienced professionals who are starting with learning DSA, which course you would like to suggest other than self-paced?
So at Geeks for Geeks, if you ask about Geeks for Geeks, there are two DSA courses. There is one DSA foundation course as well, where you can learn the basics of DSA, and then there is DSA self-paced, which covers foundations and advanced both. So you can go for DSA basics course as well.
Okay. This question has been popping up from past 10, so I just wanted to take this up. If Manisha can get internship after doing data structures and C++.
You can get internship like full-time jobs. The first thing that most of the companies do in internship, also they take an online round, right? So if you do well, score well in online round, you may get internship, and it all again depends which company you're targeting. So understand the process of that company, talk to your seniors, and then apply accordingly. If there is a startup that is looking for somebody who has knowledge in web development as well, so try to qualify the first round and prepare web dev as also with time. Or if you're targeting a company which is the top tech giants, they typically look at DSL only, right? That's the situation, right? And the startups and small companies, they look for ready-made talent as well. So you can prepare accordingly.
Right. Kumar got placed recently in a product-based company. Now he wants to know what to study to be industry ready since he's from non-CS background and has few months left at college.
So as I said, you have already been placed in a product-based company. So enjoy your days, your remaining days in your college. And if you're really ambitious, you want to get into a better company, then maybe solve more competitive programming questions, participate in the hackathons, and try to get your profile better and better, right? If you make your competitive programming profile better, solve more questions, you may get into a better company also. But you may enjoy also, like you have already achieved, something, and that most of the engineering students aspire to become.
Right. uh, we are running we have just 5 minutes of time left now, but there are lots of queries popping up, so I'll quickly take them all, and I'll try to address all of them. uh, Abhinandan says he's a 2020 graduate from Tier 3 college and from electrical engineering. He's completed self-paced DSA. What is your suggestion?
So I think I've already covered this part. Once you finish DSSL based, participate in the online hiring challenges, and don't get disheartened if you get disqualified in the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. That's the journey most of the successful people follow. They get disqualified, rejected, then they try again, and then they again. If you get qualified in the first round, I'm not saying that you will be disqualified in the first round or the first company and second company, but it's the general pattern, right? So keep trying and until you get selected. And once you get selected and you're ambitious, you can try even for better companies, learn more competitive programming, learn to solve more questions, and try even for better companies.
Right. Okay. uh, yeah. So this question is also popped up a lot of times. That's why I wanted to take it. Competitive programming versus open source contribution.
It depends upon your interest. And if you are somebody whose priority is to get a job and qualify the first round, then complete programming can definitely help. And if you have built that confidence that you will be able to crack the first round, then you can participate in the open source contribution. But I again would say that for companies, your industry experience matter more. If I am hiring a person and I am given two profiles, one person who has done internship in a company who has working experience versus a person which has some open source contribution, I would probably prefer a person who has done internship. So my suggestion would be to reach certain level, do internships as many internships as possible in companies, and then you will learn more with the working environment, and you it's higher chances that you get placed into. So nothing against against open source contribution. You can try that, but it depends upon your objective. If you want to do the social work, you can definitely try that. But from jobs perspective, competitive programming and getting experience of internship is a better idea.
Right. Um, so this is the last question that I'm going to address because time will not allow us to talk more to Sandeep sir. So I'm really sorry, guys, but we'll be surely back again with very special webinar again sometime soon. So this is the last question that I'm going to take up, and it is competitive programming covered in CIP course?
So in CIP and DSS based, both the courses, we have covered the content which is mostly around interview preparation, right? These courses are not mainly for competitive programming, although they cover basic searching, sorting algorithms, graph algorithms, basic mathematical algorithms, but not around CP. These courses are mainly around interview preparation.
Right. That is it. Thanks a lot, Sandeep sir, for taking out time and chatting with us and guiding all the geeks out there. The session has been very elaborative, and I hope everybody will go away with a lot of key takeaways. Any advice or anything you want to give to the viewers, then please go ahead.
So I think since I've already covered this, I would again say don't go with the crowd. Try to figure out what you enjoy doing. You can learn from my example, right? I went with the crowd, joined a software job, right, and then left the job, became a teacher, and I've been enjoying this teaching journey. So that's the important thing to do above every other thing.
Right. And I really apologize everybody for not being able to address all the questions that you put out in the comments, but next time I will for sure. Until then, please stay safe and get vaccinated if you haven't already. Thank you again, Sandeep sir. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Indra. Thanks everybody for joining in.
Bye.